Our top story, Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has written a letter to Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal urging him to not allow Twitter to become a pawn in the destruction of the idea of India. In the letter, Rahul's alleged that Twitter has been unwittingly complicit in curbing free speech in India. Rahul also included an analysis of data from his Twitter account as well as comparisons with Prime Minister Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah and Congress leader Shashi Tharoor. He alleged that his Twitter followers increased on an average of about 4 lakh followers for the first 7 months of 2021, and the growth came to an abrupt halt for several months following an 8 suspension in August last year. Responding to Rahul's letter, Twitter has said the company has zero tolerance policy to platform manipulation and spam. Twitter also said that the company fights spam and malicious automation strategically and at scale with machine learning tools, and as a part of those consistent and ongoing efforts to ensure a healthy service and credible follow accounts, and they can fluctuate as well. Mohit is now joining us live. Mohit, simplify this for us. What the charges that are being leveled by Rahul Gandhi are, one, saying that do not become a pawn in the destruction of India, and there is a very strong charge of curbing free speech. He's flagged off free speech concerns. He's also highlighted that his count has also ended up dropping. Twitter at this point of time has responded. How are you viewing this entire story pan out?
Well, I think this is not the first time that Rahul Gandhi has expressed his concerns over social media platform like Twitter, saying that he used to
Let's re-establish that connection right there to Mohit, who's bringing us the latest as far as the story is concerned. Congress leader Rahul Gandhi has written to Parag Agrawal, who's the new Twitter CEO, urging him to not allow Twitter to become a pawn in the destruction of the idea of India. In the letter, there are several strong allegations put out by Rahul Gandhi. He's gone ahead and flagged concerns over free speech in India. He's included analysis of data from his Twitter account, as well as he's made a comparison with the Prime Minister, Home Minister and Congress leader Shashi Tharoor's account. He's alleged that his Twitter followers increased on an average about 4 lakh followers for the first 7 months of 2021, and the growth came to an abrupt halt after several months following his suspension in August last year. Mohit is back with us. Mohit, cutting straight across to you again. Continue.
Well, JP, this is not the first time. Like I was saying, that Rahul Gandhi has attacked social media platforms previously as well. He had said that, social media platforms were in fact working with
is really bad. I apologize. I will have to move on, and we'll bring you more political reactions as well as we go along the way, and bring you a ground report, I beg your pardon, bring you an extensive report on this particular story to Congress leader Rahul Gandhi, written to Twitter CEO Parag Agrawal, urging him to not allow Twitter to become a pawn in the destruction in the idea of India. In fact, we're waiting for some reactions coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party on this as well. Twitter has already responded. Shehzad Poonawala now joins us. Very good morning, Shehzad. Appreciate you taking the time out. How do you respond to Rahul's letter to Twitter and the drop in his followers and the allegation in Twitter becoming the pawn in the destruction of the idea of India?
Well, only thing I can say is that I hope Rahul Gandhi does not write to the Election Commission as to why his voters are not increasing on the ground in elections and starts blaming Election Commission for his voters not increasing, like he blames Twitter for his followers not increasing. Look, this confirms one thing for sure, that for Rahul Gandhi and the Gandhi family and the Congress party in general, their entire outreach has been reduced to the world or universe of Twitter, and all they care about is what they are saying on Twitter and the number of followers they have on Twitter, and that this is the main priority of the Congress party, that why aren't his Twitter followers are increasing. But this is a reality check for Rahul Gandhi, and perhaps he should focus more on why his voters are not increasing than perhaps on why his followers in Twitter are not increasing.
But But Shehzad, Rahul has also mentioned that Twitter has that enormous responsibility that it does not actively aid the ruling government. That's his allegation. There are some figures quoted to show that he has seen a bit of a drop. And I understand when you say that he should not be focusing his energy so much on and reduce himself to just his Twitter followers. But isn't this a matter of concern if there is a sudden drop and an abrupt halt, that is, in the Twitter followers?
Till a few weeks and months ago, the same Rahul Gandhi Congress party were hailing Twitter as a champion of free speech when they were refusing to comply with the intermediary guidelines that have been laid down by the Indian government and the Indian state. And today they have started attacking Twitter for what they perceive is unfairness or injustice to them as regards their follower count. So I think there's no consistency when it comes to the Congress party. Anyways, the Congress party has always had a habit of doubting every institution and organization. When they don't trust Supreme Court, Election Commission, Indian Armed Forces, how will they trust a company like Twitter? But they were the ones issuing certificates to Twitter just about 2-3 months ago, saying that Twitter was standing up to various actions and that they were the bastion of free speech.
Absolutely, Shehzad. Thanks for joining us. Let's also get you a Congress reaction as we go along the way. For now, Shehzad, thanks for joining us with that quick reaction coming in. Shehzad Poonawalla of the Bharatiya Janata Party and his first up reaction on Rahul versus Twitter row.